Hey, we're doing my hair. It's photo shoot day and we have to get as hot as possible because I don't know how to edit photos properly. I only know how to like take out acne, but I don't know how to get rid of shadows or change body parts or anything, which is kind of good because it keeps my work authentic, but it's kind of annoying because sometimes you'll have this really beautiful photo, but your hair is creating a shadow and it makes it look like you have a black eye. And I could definitely learn editing software, but I just don't really like that part of content creation. And I have got feedback from people that they like that you can see my pores and my freckles and my scars in photos. But I do get hormonal acne, so like if I have a raging pimple, I'm not gonna leave it in a picture because when you put something on the internet, it's there forever. You want to like look as good as possible to some degree, but I do want to keep it real. I hate when photos are so edited. Don't you think it's funny that we spend thousands of dollars on these high definition cameras only for half the people that add these filters that make it look like an iPhone 3 took the picture? I have this conspiracy theory that filters were introduced to mainstream social media so that people have a hard time telling authentic from AI generated content, because when the skin is that smooth, it is sometimes hard to distinguish. So try not to use filters. I know it's tempting. I just try to avoid them altogether, like other than creative filters. But beauty filters, if you just don't ever turn them on, then you won't yearn for them. You won't know better. You'll just look for good lighting and bring your ring light. And oh, the lighting's so important. I recently was taking a picture of something I made and the camera flipped onto me and it was the ugliest lighting I've ever seen of my face lately. It was traumatic. It really killed the vibe. I was like, I'm a monster. But then you get your ring light back and you're like, hey, I don't know, what are you gonna do? You can't look good all the time. But on photo shoot day, we're trying to. I did my makeup already. I did a bad job coordinating this. I always wanna do my photo shoots when I'm fertile because you have the most physical beauty during that time, and it's not just in your head, you actually look better. So unfortunately it's my luteal phase and this always seems to happen. I leave it to this minute. And if you're a guy and you don't know like what that means, basically there's 4 phases in a menstrual cycle and you look and feel your best for about 7 days a month, and the rest for some women is a kind of a struggle. I particularly find my confidence takes a big hit and mostly my energy levels. Yeah, my skin, just everything. Ugh, it's so annoying. Picture you only felt good for 7 days a month. Maybe you know what that's like, I don't know. But anyways, where I live is super dry, so my hair is crustier than ever. I also think the water is hot, hard here. Well, I know it is. And I have a filter on it, but I definitely can see the increased dryness in my hair. It's an ongoing battle to not make my hair look greasy, but also hydrate the ends. I'll come back when it's all styled. Okay, my hair is all beautiful now. I put some oil in it, but it needs to absorb so it looks a little bit stringy. I probably should have done that tonight, but I don't like putting my silicone hair serum on before my oil because I want my oil to actually absorb. Anyways, we're gonna set up the scene and then we're gonna pick out my outfit and then I'll touch up my makeup. And I already put body lotion on. And then we'll get the tripod set up and just get the whole scene ready for a photo shoot. Sometimes my photo shoots are so fun, easy, I look so cute and I feel really good. And then other times it's like nothing looks good, the lighting's ugly, I feel it's like giving up. But sometimes I'll have like a slow start and then there'll be like a breakthrough where I'll suddenly start liking the pictures. But it's really hard taking your own photos because when you have a photographer, they can direct you. They can say like, oh, move your legs slightly an inch, and then the picture is just that much more flattering. Or just rapid fire taking shots and then having so many more to choose from. But I'm a Lone Ranger, so I have to like move my own tripod. Also, my office is a mess. Every time I film, I pull out all these outfits and like I have a hard time putting them back, which is why I like having an office, because it's my enclosure of chaos if I have my main living area really tidy and then my office sometimes looks like an explosion. But it's not that bad, but just little, I make these little piles. I'm like a little, what are those ants that they eat wood? Carpenter ants. I'm a carpenter ant. I'm on a mission, very busy, and then I leave little piles of sawdust everywhere I go. Okay, so this photo shoot, we're doing a gym theme, and we're gonna use my cardio equipment I got. I call it the Pussy Flapper 5000. I'll show you what it is in a second. This thing's kind of hard to move because the legs swing in every direction, not just front to back. So you have to be really careful or it'll get you. We're doing a gym themed photo shoot because traditionally pinup was more theatrical and themed than just a normal boudoir photo shoot. So I don't always do themes or costumes with my pinup, but I got inspired to do this one because I haven't done it yet and I thought it was kind of a cute idea. So we're gonna bring it over here because this background's kind of pretty, and then we're gonna figure out the lighting. I try my best to avoid using my big photography lights, but sometimes I need them if I'm trying to get a full body shot. The ring light is not powerful enough for me being that far away. Another complaint I have is I'm 5'7" and it's hard for me to fit in the frame. I feel like if I was only 4'11", I could fit in the frame of a phone picture so much easier. And that's something I don't hear enough people complaining about. I'd like to lodge a complaint. But I think truly like proper modeling, you use a real camera, but then you have to learn about lenses and I would love to just have a photographer come into my life and do all that for me instead of me doing it. But in the interim, I do still enjoy producing little photo sets anyways. You can go front to back, out to the sides as your abductors, and you can do circles, but I have it too close to the wall to do circles. It's just so cool. See how quiet it is? But you can see why it has its name, because it goes $20 on Facebook Marketplace. I forget what it's actually called. I looked it up online at the time because I was trying to figure out if I could fold it to fit it in my car. If you see one of these, they're from the 80s, I think. You better get you one of these. I love it. And I do see a difference in my glute shape. I still lift weights, but like the shape of the muscle is different. So it's good. It's kind of a nice stand-in for a stepper. So luckily Amazon sells these big fabric and metal dresser things, and they're really inexpensive and they're really lightweight, which I love because I keep it to organize all my lingerie and stockings, because I find that I'm the kind of person where if I don't see it, I'll forget that I have it. I have it all organized and I've never been this organized, so I'm really proud of it. But having all these little compartments is the key component. So if you're struggling with organization, it might not even be your fault. You might just not have the right structure to organize with or the right space. I used to live in a very small bachelor apartment years ago, and it only had one closet in the whole thing. So like picture, suitcases, vacuum, clothes, shoes, one closet. It was crazy actually. I didn't own a vacuum because I had no space. It was hard for a girly girl. I feel like for a minimalist or a guy who's not into fashion, it would be totally fine. Anyways, I think we're gonna be wearing these cute little 70s micro shorts and some other things. And that's all I have picked out so far. Well, that's a wrap. The photos actually went really smoothly today. I didn't end up incorporating the cardio machine as much as I was planning, but again, I need like either a bigger room or a different camera. I don't know. It's tricky to get everything in the frame for me for some reason. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this random little vlog, and I'll see you again soon.